We're with Chairwoman April Baskin. April, if you could talk about the importance of the new Erie County English Language Access Act and the changes that you have made to it since the county executive last vetoed it.
Yes, the first version of this bill was introduced to the general public back in 2020 at the height of COVID, when there were a lot of residents in Erie County who did not have English as their native or first language, expressing barriers and concerns with getting access to county services. And so we introduced this bill, and we finally got to a place this past year, 2023, where we had a bill to be clocked in and voted on. It was voted on partisan lines, but it was vetoed by the county executive because some departments in the county already have directives on how to address language access from the state government and the federal government. And there was ambiguity about what this would cost Erie County. So I went back to the drawing board. The first bill was written heavily with the heavy involvement of community agencies who service new Americans. But when I went back to revise the bill, this time I used county administrators from the Office of the County Executive, specifically the Department of Social Services, the clerk's office who oversees the DMV, the Board of Elections who oversees elections in Erie County, and the county legislature. And we came up with a new version of the bill that addressed the county executive's concerns, and now it's being clocked back in today.
There still seems to be some concern expressed by Republican legislators regarding overall cost and whether or not this is something that needs to pass now. What is your reaction to that?
So the new version of this bill is by no means a mandate on cost. This does not say Erie County must invest this dollar amount into language access a year. What it does is it sets up a clear timeline and plan of which all county departments have to submit a plan of action to address a resident who is struggling with understanding the vital documents in any given department. So if you're a resident and you go to the real property tax department and you do not speak English as your first or most primary language, and you need to understand how to pay your county property taxes, there will be a plan put in place from real property tax that says, we're going to call an interpreter, or we have this document translated into, your language. So that's all this does. It seems like some of my colleagues from across the aisle have some concerns about costs. However, there are no direct costs affiliated with this law. Eventually, after nearly 2 years of this law being implemented, a county department will have to produce a plan within their traditional budget that they have to put before the county executive and this honorable body to vote on how much they think language access will cost in their department. And that's what we do with all county departments. They have issues and things that they have to pay for. They present it in the budget, and the county legislature says yes or no.